Aloha and welcome. It's been a while.
Yes.
Too long.
Too long. Mm-hmm.
Today we are here reviewing Disney's latest movie, Encanto. I've seen so many TikTok videos. This movie is just blowing up.
Yes, it is finally on Disney Plus, so you can all watch it. You don't have to go to the theaters, and it's accessible. We are so excited to talk about it.
Yes,
I think it's one of my favorites. I don't know about you, but
I just love it's so amazing. The music, the songs in this movie just slap. Like they are bops.
All of them do. It's incredible. Lin-Manuel Miranda at it again. We love him. He makes great songs.
Yes.
I think the world's favorite, I feel like, but one of my favorites is We Don't Talk About Bruno. I don't know why it's so catchy.
I've seen so many people do like cosplays of it on TikTok, and I'm just here for it.
Yeah.
I also have seen a lot of people doing Under the Surface on TikTok.
Another good song. So good.
Under the surface, pressure like a tick, tick, tick. Stop.
Whoa.
Isabella's song.
I really love that she got to do that. Like, that was so fun to see. Like, and animation-wise and song-wise.
And it was such a good, like, portrayal of how she felt like, I'm supposed to be perfect all the time.
Right.
But, like, what if I just let loose and just whatever I want to do, just whatever I'm feeling.
Absolutely.
And I just thought that was a really good take on her character. Always forced to be perfect. Also, we have little Stitch here, dressed up as Mirabelle.
We all have our little bounds on Disney bounds. One thing I really liked, going off of the music, is that they all had songs that, not all of them, but like Isabella had songs about how their powers like hindered them, like held them back, and like gave them these issues almost, and they got to work through them with Mirabelle, which was amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was good too. Mirabelle was just always there when they needed her.
Yeah.
And it was good too because they're the big sisters.
Yes.
They're supposed to be they're supposed to be like, you know, the ones to protect him.
Yeah, lead the way.
You know. So it was
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Mirabelle was the one that they came to for help and stuff. So she was
so very nice. I do, if I have one critique, is that I wish that she was able to do that with her cousins too. Talk to Dolores, have her have a song.
Yeah.
Camilo's voice is like so good. I wish he had his whole song.
All we get from him is 7-foot frame right along his back. When he hit your name, it all fades to black. Yeah.
Yeah, such a good line.
He needed.
Yeah, I think he needed a little bit more. Antonio got his moment a little bit with her under the bed, but if he had a little song,
that was super cute.
That was adorable. I really loved that.
One thing I want to bring up right away is Bruno got such like a bad rap.
Yes.
And I mean, a lot of the times there were things when they were singing, like in the song "We Don't Talk About Bruno." There were visions that were more like not, destined to be the future, like things that could be changed.
Right.
Like the one person was like, he told me my fish would die, but you see the fish tank that she had the fish in, and it's like, no wonder it died.
Tiny ass bull.
You need to get like a big tank and like the good clean and help so your fish could be healthy. So of course it died.
Of course.
So these are all things that can be changed, and they're blaming them on Bruno. And another part of the song was, he told me I would grow a gut, and I did. That could have been prevented if you ate healthy.
Right, you knew it was gonna happen and you let it happen.
You could just prevent that by eating healthy. So yes, they are, they're just predictions that can be changed.
Just because Bruno said it, they're mad at Bruno. But if it had just happened and they had no idea, then he wouldn't have been to blame. But suddenly it's all his fault.
Because he was
ruined
the one
everything.
who told them.
Yeah.
And, another example is when what's her name, was talking about her wedding day. I forget her name. Peppa. There we go.
Yes.
When she was talking about her wedding day and she was like, oh, Bruno said it looks like rain. And then it started fogging her brain and like making her nervous. And then she was like, married in a hurricane.
Yeah.
He just said that it looks like rain.
Right.
She didn't have to get all, and her mood changes the weather.
Right.
So if she had just been like more calmer about it,
exactly,
then she wouldn't have caused like all this commotion. He was just saying it looks like rain.
Right. It was her own issue that made it happen.
Yeah, she was the one who took it like too far. Like, oh my god, it's rain, and then her panicking caused it to be like 10 times worse.
Right. I don't understand his explanation in the later song of he just wanted her to know that her brother was there. I don't know how that equates to, hey, it looks like it's raining outside.
Yeah, because he was like, I could just see that you were sweating, and I wanted to let you know that your bro was there. What does that have to do with you saying it looks like rain?
Yeah, I'm glad you agree.
I thought
was
that
like...
too. I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah,
I was
very
so
interesting.
confused. Like that, those are two different
right.
things.
Maybe there's an explanation. Maybe you know. Let us know, but we personally don't know what's going on there.
I was confused.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Mirabelle, and
Yes.
I was so sad when she didn't get a gift.
Me too. It was so upsetting.
Yeah, and it was also upsetting because it kind of made her abuela like feel like everyone has their gifts and she's all like kind of dependent on them.
Mm-hmm.
And when Mirabelle like didn't get her, she's like, oh no, like something's wrong.
Yeah.
And then she was all like worried about what's his name, Antonio? Yeah.
Yes, Antonio
getting his gift.
I agree. I feel like there was so much pressure on each of the family members, which we see in Luisa's song, that there was so much pressure on these people that Abuela made happen.
Yeah.
And like I understand she was worried about the candle and her miracle and all that, but it was too much. And Mirabelle like was under that but didn't even have anything to offer her grandmother.
Yeah, and I feel like she was put under maybe even more pressure because she didn't have a gift.
Right.
She was just felt like she needed to do more because she was compensating for the fact that she didn't have a gift.
Yeah. It is interesting. I feel like that's not a usual kind of theme for them to put into a Disney or a Pixar movie. I feel like we know that there wasn't a true villain in this story. It was just kind of the like pressure and immense like fear of like something happening. Then the the house falls. The casita falls. And so it's interesting that like we kind of saw Abuela as like this antagonist, but yet she was. It was an interesting dynamic, I'll say that.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it was also very, when it got to the moment where we learned that Bruno was like living inside the walls.
Yeah.
I just like that got to me. Like I was like, oh, because he loves his family and he didn't want to leave, but he kept saying, oh, my gift wasn't really like doing much for the family, so he just, I don't know, but he left, but he didn't leave.
Right.
And then when we got to the point where you see the little dinner plate, like, and he has dinner with them every night, and I was just like, oh. He still loves his family.
He does. Yeah, because they set him out to be like this evil person in all the previews and the trailers, and then you meet him, and he's just this nice little guy who's misunderstood. I have seen a couple of videos online of people saying they found Bruno hidden in other scenes in the movie, and I think that's really awesome.
He's rocking out in Dolores's part of the song. If you see in the background,
I
see
love
him just like.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
There was one scene where he's like in the bushes, or he's like the shape of a bushes, and it's like like he wanted to be there, no matter what the family said. Like he was gonna be there, and I mean, yeah, it was really cool how they put that in there. We see you, Disney. We see you. Really, really upping it this time. I love it.
Yes, I loved that, and in the end, the ending, I loved that they like put the M on the doorknob.
Yeah.
And like in the end, it was almost like the house was her gift.
Right. Yes. She was giving that to the family, and the house was like hers almost after all that. Like she rebuilt that.
Yeah.
With trust and love to her family, you know? All of the villagers and the people, how they reacted to Mirabelle's not gift, and how they talked to her about it. I was like, she's just a kid still, and you're gonna talk to her like, oh, you know, yours was a failure.
That was like, also right away, when they were in the beginning, at the very end of the song, when the one boy was like, oh, Mirabelle was just about to tell us, her gift, and then the one, I think it was Dolores, was like, oh, Mirabelle didn't get one.
Yeah, she didn't
get
one.
Like, just way to rip the Band-Aid, right off. Just like, oh, she didn't get one.
Wow.
And then
like
just walks away like, walks away like that was just saying that was no big deal.
Right. Meanwhile, Isabella's over here, like, making flowers, and she's like, Mirabelle, you're so annoying. And it's like, you're the one making flowers over here, being so perfect. We know she wasn't perfect.
No.
She didn't want to be perfect. But still, it's like, have some, like, sympathy. I don't know.
Mirabelle's parents were definitely very caring, and
they were the best.
Had a lot of sympathy for her.
It was cool to, like, it makes sense that the people who married into the family wouldn't have gifts, but I'm surprised that Disney didn't have the house give them gifts anyway, but they had to live with not having a gift too. And Augustine, I think his name is, was like talking to me about how it felt to be into the family first when you didn't have a gift. It was like, interesting story that he had to share. You know, she didn't care. She was just like, yeah, I know, Dad, whatever. But it was like, yeah, there's other people there that can relate, and it's very interesting.
I want to take it back to the songs because they're so good.
They are.
I thought it was funny in the beginning song when they were trying to ask Mirabelle about her power. She would kept diverting to like, and singing about everyone else's powers. And
that is such a good song, I gotta say. Really fun.
Cousin Dolores can hear a pin drop.
Camila shape shifts. Antonio
gets his gift today. Willow runs the show.
Whoa! I love her little whoas.
Whoa! Yeah. And then the next one, is the next one after that pressure? Or under
surface
pressure?
Under the surface? I think so.
That one was just,
what a bop. What a bop.
That one was such a bop. And my mom was like, oh, this is definitely going to become like a TikTok song.
Oh,
you know it.
Thing. You know it.
And it was so good, and you could really see the stress that she was like under, like, oh, I'm the strong one. I'm not nervous.
Yeah.
But it was a good, way of showing
Definitely.
that, even though you're strong, you could still have a lot going on.
A lot going on. Yeah. And the amount of people I've seen relate to that song, no matter their gender, their age, whatever, like, that's a hard-hitting song, It's incredible.
Yes. And Isabella's song was, I just loved the start of that song, like how she was so impressed that she made this cactus, and she was like, I've never made anything like this before, and it feels amazing. Like I made something, and it's not perfect, but I love it because it's mine. And just how the whole song she was talking about, what if I didn't have to be perfect? What if I just made flowers for what I was feeling, like any emotion?
Right, yeah.
And that was good.
It was.
And of course, Abuela didn't like that though, because she came back and they were all covered and all that stuff. She's like, no, you have to be perfect. Like, look at you.
Same thing with Louisa too. And it was like, oh, it's all Mirabelle's fault. And I'm like,
yeah,
you're avoiding some very important trauma here, Abuela. I just want to point that out. But she was in denial.
Yeah, and I agree. She was. But in the end, we see them, like, you know, Mirabelle and her abuela, like, come together, and she realizes, you know, all the pressure that she's been putting everybody under, and, like, this is not fair. And, you know, she comes to realize this miracle isn't just, like, all that my family is. It's much more than that, and they are beautiful and perfect just by being themselves.
Yeah,
just being themselves.
That's really nice. Yeah. I definitely think that this movie did a great job of highlighting people's strengths and weaknesses and telling the world that you don't have to be defined by either one of those. Like, you can decide who you want to be, basically, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be set out for you. So I thought that was a really great, like, message of the whole movie, you know?
Yeah. One last thing that I also wanted to add was the miracle. I was thinking more and more about the miracle, and it started to remind me, you know how, like, their miracle is that golden, like, candle. I was thinking about Tangled and how the miracle was a golden, golden flower.
Right.
I don't know, that I just made that connection. It means nothing, but I was like, oh. The flower was considered a miracle, and the candle was considered a miracle. That's
Absolutely.
Just some random thing I wanted to throw in there. It means nothing, but
still cool.
I loved the message.
Yeah, great
of
message.
the movie. I agree with you that it was a really great message, and it was. I love that it's another movie that's, you know, kind of like Coco.
Yes.
More,
absolutely.
You know, more representation.
Representational, yeah. We got a whole bunch of skin tones in there. Yeah. We got all the Spanish influence in the music, which I absolutely love. Yeah, I think it was a great movie, personally.
Yeah.
I love it. It's definitely one of my top movies that Disney/Pixar has made. Excited to see what they do with Mirabelle as a little character in the merchandise and stuff. Will she be in the princesses? Will she be like a Frozen and be separate? What will happen?
Yeah, well, I actually did recently watch the Super Carlin Brothers video about whether Mirabelle will be a Disney princess. If you haven't watched that, go check that out.
Only time will tell, I guess.
Because Jay in that video talks a lot about whether or not he thinks Mirabelle will be a Disney princess.
Yeah. I think she's awesome. I think she could be. Just my personal opinion, but...
I think she could.
Oh, I will say that I love that she had glasses.
Oh, yes, that was another good representation.
Yes.
Glasses.
My little black heart was crying.
That was good. I liked that.
Yeah. All right, that's all from me.
Yeah.
But I hope you go see it if you haven't already. Hopefully you have, because we just spoiled the whole thing. But
yeah. If you haven't, then I don't know why you watched this video.
Let us know what you think. I guess.
Let us know. Yeah, let us know what you think. Who are your favorite characters? What was your favorite song?
Yes, we want to know about the songs. We love the songs.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So
what?
What? What were you gonna say? You say. Whoa! Let's be queer. Abuela wants this show. I said queer.
You did?
Let's be queer.
Let's be queer, everybody. Okay, it's recording. Wait.
Just guys.
What?
You're just guys. It's gone.
Ah!